Hi, I'm Rob, and this is the unedited spoilers of what's going on next week in the world of Gems of War. And you get all the added extras free of charge. Any coughs, any sneezes? It's kind of allergy season. There's some allergy things going around. Might have a sneeze here and there as an added bonus. Maybe a slurp of tea. You don't know what you're going to get. Anyway, first things first, pop into the shop and make sure you've grabbed the weekly event spoiler troop if you've not done so already, because it's pretty handy. Creates a mix of purple and brown gems equal to the current purple and brown gems on the board. So in a team where you want lots of purple and brown, then that is a rather handy thing to get indeed. So make sure you've grabbed it if you've not done so already. Anyway, my son was born today, literally a few hours ago, and another dad at the hospital congratulated me and said his daughter was born yesterday. Said maybe they'll marry each other later on. Said, sure, like my son is going to marry someone twice his age. What the heck? Right, anyway. I need a cup of slurp of tea after this. I felt like it went down the wrong hole, or whatever the saying is, because it felt like I was going to go into a coughing splurge. Coughing splurge, not a coffin splurge. That'd be like a load of people diving into the ground upon death. That's a bit grim. Anyway, crikey, what am I doing? What am I doing? The campaign. Looking at what we're getting next week in the campaign. Last week was a bit janky. Got a book of deeds in the first paid for pass, but other than that, it wasn't very exciting at all. Next week is a bit better. Book of deeds in the free pass, which means everybody gets it, which is cool. Let me get some writs as well. And some other stuff, more writs and some gems in the first paid for pass. Little bit of gold and a new weapon. Let's take a look at this weapon here, the Deep Trident. Deals magic plus 3 splash damage to an enemy, then creates 7 submerged gems. If an enemy dies, create 4 more. Okay, that's alright. It could be a good weapon, good defensive weapon against damage to all troops, because when you submerge yourself, you hide effectively from that damage and they just literally kick air. So the aim of that one would be to hit someone with the main part of the damage, or the splash damage if it's going to kill them, to make sure they die, to create 4 more, because 7 submerged gems is not an awful lot, but the extra 4 could make the difference between an extra turn or not. So yeah, not too bad at all, but a bit specialist. I have to take a look at the upgrades for that to see what they are, because the upgrades in the weapon can sometimes literally make or break how good a weapon is. So yeah, we're taking a look at that next week. So starting Monday, obviously be doing the Soul Forge video. Be popping into the Soul Forge, telling you what I think are the best weapons and indeed the best troops to craft from there in the video. And then we'll also be doing the Underspire team. Underspire team will be at the end of a longish video. It's normally around about half an hour total, but it is really 3 videos rolled into one. You get the Soul Forge video at the beginning, the event video and event team in the middle, and then the Underspire team towards the end. So yeah, the Underspire team will come in that video. So Epic Trials next week will be in Glacial Peaks. It's a bit chilly up north. The Glacial Peaks will be where the Epic Trials are though, but no need to make another video on this. Just type in Glacial Peaks Epic Trials in the search on my channel and you will find the strategy to do the Epic Trials in Glacial Peaks, funnily enough, and hopefully you'll get through it, because some of these can be actually pretty tricky. But the point is, no need to make another video on that, because it's already there. And the Kingdom of the Week next week is indeed Glacial Peaks. So what you can do, you can take a look at what troops will become available in chests next week, because when you open your event chests, you only get troops from that kingdom listed. Right now is Darkstone, but from Monday that'll change to Glacial Peaks. So when you open these event chests, you know you're going to get Glacial Peaks troops. This is handy because basically you can target certain troops. If you go to Kingdom, let's scroll down to Glacial Peaks, see if we can get a skill stop now. Oh wow, 2 out, miles away. And go to show all, for example. You're going to show all the troops in Glacial Peaks. You can scroll down. If anybody's greyed out, it means you are missing that troop. So with a couple of caveats, you can open your event chests knowing you have a chance of popping open a troop that you actually need. So those caveats, basically anybody that says, where is it? Let's see if we can find somebody quickly, like the Mirror Queen. On our card it says Mirrored Halls. That means you can't get her from your event chest, even though she's technically from Glacial Peaks, because she's from the Underworld, which is Mirrored Halls. You have to go to Mirrored Halls by stopping some of your portals trying to get her basically. Well, that made a lot of sense. But the point is, you can't get anybody that says Mirrored Halls from there, because they're from the Underworld, so you must get them from the Underworld. Right. And other people as well. Let's say pop the mythics to the top, because obviously you can get lucky and pop a mythic as well. Helia is a mythic, but she's only just come out, so she won't be in the drop table just yet, so you won't be able to get her if you missed out on that Mythic of the Month malarkey just recently. And you can't get Immortal Glacier either. You have to collect her by the collecting Immortal method, which is not from chests. And anybody else? Saphirax, I say Gem Dragons. You have to use the old eggs opening malarkey to get that. But you can get King of Ravens, Skadi, or Ulor. Skadi's not much cop anymore. Freeze and Mana Burn, the first two enemies, is not very powerful. Freeze can be easily cured now with the Wand of Stars and other weapons. So many troops are immune to Mana Burn, it's ridiculous. Knocking them to last position would push the other two troops that were at the bottom to the top, which may make it worse. And Summon Queen Mav is alright, but Create an Ice Storm is one of the most useful things about her now, which is a blue storm every turn. So yeah, Skadi's not that great anymore. But the other two actually are pretty good. King of Ravens, very handy indeed. Explodes all purple gems and spirit gems. Deals magic +3 damage to the last two enemies boosted by spirit gems. So it can be really good. And converts 2 blue gems to spirit gems when its turn begins, which helps its spell. And does summon a dark storm at the start of battle, which is purple. So King of Ravens is actually a pretty good troop. I do like it a lot. And I really like Ulor as well. Bit specialist. A bit defensive, which is why a lot of people don't like it, but if you can't attack the enemy with enough power to wipe them out quickly, then why not make them into blubbery little babies, which are a bit useless. Eliminates magic +1 attack from the first two enemies, the same amount of magic from the last two enemies, and drain all mana from the two strongest enemies. And with that, freeze and fairy fire a random enemy when matching blue gems, which he needs to get charged. That is actually really, really handy, because that could actually just make that effect huge. You can reduce the attack down to 0 on troops, reduce the magic from those hugely damaging troops normally, or books and things like that, just to virtually nothing. And yeah, really good. And remember, when you get down to the last two enemies, that becomes all of them things. If you've got two enemies there, the first two enemies, but also the last two, and also the strongest. So all them things happen at once. So yeah, Ulor in the right team is actually really, really good. So yes, some okay mythics available next week from your event chests. What is next? Oh yes, it's now the event thing, which is Journey. Not a lot of people like Journey. It's probably one of the most disliked events out there, mainly due to the nerfing of the troops when they got killed and just made far less reliable than what they are. But next week the glory troop is Boudica? No, it's not Boudica. Boudica. Silent B. Ooh, Dicker. No, that's not what she says. She says Boudica. Boudica! I'll go with Boudica. Deals magic +4 damage to an enemy. Then creates 2 blue gems boosted by Fey allies. So all Fey team for that, to get the most out of those blue gems creation. But she's the Journey troop we've got. And I'll do a Journey event team trying to maximise her use in that Journey event, because the key to that is to get extra turns to try and maximise your miles, because you basically need to win the battle in 10 turns or less to get the maximum miles from Journey. And 1 turn is your go, including all extra turns. The enemy's go, including all extra turns, and back to you. That is 1 complete turn all round. So yes, the Journey team will come in the middle part of the video on Monday. So Tuesday we have a faction assault in a Frostfire Keep. Let's pop down to the Underworld. It's over there. Again, bit chilly. I say it every time, but just, even though it seems like a chore, get the Underworld to the maximum level. Just got to get every single faction to 2,500, but when you do, right now, the state of the game as it is at the moment, you get a total round of 95,000, which gives you +4 attack, +9 life, +8 armor, and +2 magic to every single troop in the game, and that makes a big difference when you combine all these little skill bonuses together from different areas of the game. It's like a little bit of here, a little bit from there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all bundled together. What makes a difference? But the cool thing about the underworld is, unlike certain other events, you've only got to do this once. And once you've done it, it's, you can forget about it until the next one comes along, which doesn't happen that often. So yeah, slow but sure progress. Make sure you do the underworld. Wednesday, we have a pet rescue. Let's take a look at that. It is Snow Bunny. Yeah, it's always down to the S's. Can't remember what this thing does. What did it do? Apart from be a bunny in the snow. Oh, that's a Glacial Peaks Blue buff pet. Plus 10 water gem mastery at the highest level, giving you a better chance to get a mana surge on blue. So yeah, definitely worth getting the pet on Wednesday. Thursday, we have a class trial in Frost Mage. Good classes. Still one of my favourite classes I like to turn to now and again, especially if you want extra freeze elements going on. But the cool thing about it is, not only do you get the gain 1 life for each blue ally, which, yeah, okay, it's a bit low, but can be the difference. The amount of times you just sneak by on 1 life or 2 life or something like that, and you know, that can really help. Gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. Good if you're in a repeating team that gets lots of extra turns. 24% chance to freeze a random enemy when an ally casts a spell. Wish that was a bit higher. That seems quite low, but hey, it is what it is. But the talent trees are where this really shines. Freeze a random enemy at the start of battle is really useful, while being potentially safe from freeze yourself, or you can get a magic boost if you're in last position. Anti-magic sphere is always handy. Mana source, 50% to start. Always good. Deluge, really handy against those really powerful teams that do a lot of damage to all, like Queen Bee and Stellarix, Chrysanthrax, and so on and so on. Submerge a random ally in 4 to 5 gem matches. They cannot hit you when you're submerged. The Lightning Strike is handy. So are those bonuses from those colours. So yeah, Frost Mage, a really good one. Make sure you get it to level 100. And what I was going to say as well, like this, I don't know what I just thought of it. I just thought of this shiny situation we just had recently. I was just thinking back to these. And we've got those 13,000 shiny keys from doing the rewards in PvP, whatever it was. And then the devs took them back. And I've got a little bit of issue with this because I get it. Sort of, I knew when I done the video, it was 99.9% likely it was going to be a bug. There's no way they're really giving 13,000 shiny keys to players. It's just not where it's at. But I don't know. I think everybody had them taken away again. All of them got taken away. But I'm not sure if everybody got the keys they used taken away. If you only use a moderate amount of keys, I think a lot of people actually kept their shiny troops that they benefited from those shiny chests. I think it's only the people maybe that used a load of them or all of them, where they had some of their troops or all of them reversed back to what they were before they applied that. I've heard some people saying they still got the benefits of the keys they used because they didn't use tons and tons, and other people saying their troops have gone back to normal and the keys taken away as well. So interesting situation, but a bit annoying because a lot of people did put extra effort into playing the game to make sure they got that done, only to see that reward taken away again, which is really irritating to a lot of people. I think sometimes devs just got to suck it up and say, we made a mistake, tough luck on us, we're not going to stab the players in the back for playing the game based on our mistake, when a lot of the time people won't know it's a mistake. If you're a newer player coming to this game, if you've only been playing a couple of months or something like that, or even longer, you may not realise that that's actually a mistake. You may have thought that 13,000 shiny keys was a legit award. You know, we get stacks of keys from other areas of the game. We get things like, you know, loads of, you know, thousands of gold and things like this. A newer player may look at 13,000 shiny keys, think they're a bit naff. They only sort of go on a lot of the troops which nobody really uses anymore. So are they that valuable at all? Are they the worst keys out of all of them? Sort of thing. Let's just revert that back to normal. Like if you look at some of the shiny troops, I'm just going to look at the ones that glimmer. when they come up, they're the ones you can see are shiny. In fact, if I actually do that, that might actually help. I wondered what was going on there. I thought it looked a bit funny. But yeah, the point is, you know, yeah, obviously some people are going to be upset that their shiny troops got like reverted back to normal, or they didn't get to use the full value of them. But when you look at the ones that are here, the ones that are shiny, when do you see these used in games? When do you use some of these troops? Let's just find a couple more. Like this one here, like the bear lock. That one's not too bad actually, but when do you use it? There's better troops that do similar things, or it's just eliminating a skill. You don't actually see that in teams, in battles. You know, things like this. It's just, you don't really see them. That's my point. It's like the shiny troops that are in the game at the moment, not including things like Shegra, because that was to do with Guild Wars, are 98% rubbishy troops which no one uses anyway. So, I mean, I used a few of my bonus shiny keys, not many. I had like way over 13,000, you know, taken away again. I didn't only use like a handful sort of thing. I didn't use many at all. But I don't feel like I've actually missed out on a lot, even if other people did use all of them and got all their available shiny troops to the highest level. So what I'm basically saying is, if you feel like you've missed out on a lot because you either didn't use those shiny keys or had them, you know, taken away again or whatever, then I don't think you missed out on too much. Like, these troops are ones that no one really uses. So anyway, maybe the odd one here and there that people use, but generally they're old journey and invasion troops and things like that. Or, you know, looks like you get the odd one that'll be okay, but in general you didn't miss out on too much is what I'm saying. Anyway, and on Friday, well, I say Friday, it's the weekend event, but actually starts Thursday, is Guild Wars. Back into Guild Wars. Second lot of the new Guild Wars starting again. Very cool. I did like the last one. So Guild Wars, I may show a Guild Wars video or two during the week, have to see. But yeah, Guild Wars, you either love it or hate it, but that is what's happening from Thursday onwards. So there's a video. If you enjoyed it, it'd be really cool if you bashed that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.